Happy New Year to everybody.
Good morning. Happy New Year. See, we got to celebrate the New Year's Day with me here on my show in the morning. First thing, wake up and sew with me. Yeah. Anyways, let's see who's all here and then we'll get started with talking about what we're doing today. How's that sound? Yeah? Okay. All right, we got Cindy, Karen, Norma, Lois, Linda, Joyce, Jeannie, Catherine, Vicky, Missy, Pat, Sharon, Susan, Sue, and a bunch more. You guys have been waiting a bit. So, welcome.
Hold on, before we say what we're doing, we have to turn on the thing. They're not working again.
What's not working?
The explanation. Welcome. I tried it 3 times.
I don't need that button.
No, you need to log in down here, right? It just turned himself off last month. We had to do this. Now I have to do it again.
This is the first.
Oh, it's on. What is it? The chat bot right here?
No, CloudBot.
CloudBot? Okay. Back to dashboard. CloudBot. This thing?
Yep.
Says it's active.
Turn it off, then back on again.
Yeah, none of the stuff came.
Off, then back on again.
Okay. Okay, now let's see if it works. Welcome. Spell it right. Sorry, technical issues.
Not working.
Nope, it came on.
Okay.
It's working. We're good. We're good.
It's working. All right. So pay attention. Listen close. Today we're going to bind. I know you're like, Tiffany, binding. Seriously, again, the first of the year. Why you got to do that? No, that is not exactly what we're doing today. So I'm going to give a forewarning here. I am not a licensed professional. I am not a yoga instructor, gym instructor, personal trainer. I am not certified in not a darn thing. This is what I do, and this is what works for me. This is going to be the only video of its kind from my channel. You will never see this again. It is
don't say never. You never
know, but it is a new year, and it's going to be a new you. I am going to give you what I do exercise-wise in your quilting room, things you can do to stay fit in your quilting room, because we need that strength to make these quilts, right? I mean, you're wrestling quilts through the machine, and they take a lot of work and a lot of strength. It's important to have a little bit of strength when you're making your quilts. You need to be able to get up and down from your chair. You need to be able to get up and down from here and do this and do that. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of the things that I do that work for me to help you in your sewing room when you're making quilts, because let's just say it out loud. It really wears me out. It does to you too, right? So today we're going to still work on things, but I'm also going to exercise and show you the things that I use and so on and so forth. And the whole reason for this is my neuropathy. I just had a test, a nerve conduction study. The doctor actually, can you see that bruise right there? It was enormous. He did the nerve conduction study and he blew a vein in my leg, and let's just say my leg hurt forever and a day afterwards. This was weeks ago now and it's still bruised, but long story short, my neuropathy is getting worse in my legs, so I have to keep, as it hurts to do this, but I have to keep strength. So I have to do these things to keep being able to at least walk through my house or walk through Walmart or, you know, things like that. Just put him up here.
I want my 5 seconds of fame.
He needs his 5 seconds of fame. He's going crazy. Oh, you're going to just lay there?
Says,
fine.
Yeah, darn right.
Just lay there. But I want to help you guys manage if you have chronic pain, or if you have neuropathy, or if you have any kind of health issues and the doctor's telling you to do this and do that, but you're not sure, use your quilting room as some help with that. Does that make any sense? So new year, new healthy you. And if you lose some weight, that's a bonus, right? So we're going to get started. Look at him. He does not ever do this.
He wants to be the center of attention.
He wants to be the center today, yes. Anyways, so.
What do you do with polyester fabric?
What do I do with polyester fabric?
We donate it.
I donate it.
What can somebody else do with it is the question.
You can make quilts with it, but I don't anymore. I used to in the beginning, but you can do whatever you want with polyester fabric. You can make clothing. You can make the lining of bags. You can make regular bags. Just know it shrinks differently and it shrivels up when you iron it. So you have to make sure your iron is set properly.
You're not gonna see
yeah, he's whatever. All right. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I use here at home to exercise. These are things that you should have in your quilting room already right here. Weights.
Whoa.
That was not supposed to pound like that. We all have a weight that we use at the end of our ruler, right? To hold the ruler steady so that we can cut. So if you have 2 of them, this makes for a good exercise. All right. The next thing are the rubber bands. Now, they're all different weights. Yellow is the lightest, orange is the next, and blue is the strongest. If you are already in physical therapy, did you know you can ask your physical therapist for some rubber bands and they will just give them to you? Or you can go like Big Five, Walmart, Ross, all those places sell these kind of things. And you can buy them in sets, so you don't even need to whatever. So there's that. Another thing that you can keep around in your craft room is a bigger rubber band. Except this one has the handlebars. And I'll show you how to use all these things here in our sewing room. So here's one that has the 2 handles. I found this one at Ross. Was this Ross? No, this was the 99-cent store before they closed. I bought $2 of them for $3. And then lastly, I got these ones at Ross. These are leg weights, or you can put them on your wrists or whatever. They Velcro like this, and they go on a wrist or an ankle or whatever. And you can wear these the whole time you're in your quilt room.
You can take the weights in and out of them too to make them heavier or lighter.
Yeah, and you can change the weights. They have the ones where you can change the weights to make them heavier, lighter, whatever. So there's those. But there's other things that you can utilize for exercises. But we're going to start with some exercises before we grab a quilt and start with that. So we're going to start with one thing. We're going to take our rubber band. We all have a chair. We're going to take the one with the handles. We all have a chair in our room. I'm going to take this and go under the legs of the chair, but 2 of the legs, not 1. I'm going to go under 2. So, if Scott will bring the camera around, you can see.
I didn't know I'd bring the camera around.
Yep. Oh, he's going that way.
Well, I can't really get around that the other way.
Okay. So you can see it's under 2 of the legs of my chair. Right here. Now, just going to grab it. And it's under my legs. And I'm just going to lift it up. It's going to make funny sounds because it's on a plastic chair, you know. But you can, all sorts. And you can get these in different weights. Like this. And this is going to help you feed that heavy quilt through when you're binding. Because let's just say you need the strength. So you're just going to exercise using these. And this is my normal workout time, by the way, guys. You can just do simple. You can go out. You can find all sorts of stuff that works for you. Any which way you want. Hold it. Let it go. However you want to do it. That's what this can be used for. It could also, I don't stand on this very much because my feet are bad, but you can stand on it in the center. No, you could. I'm standing on it in the center with both my feet. Then you can do an all the way down arm exercise. Like this. I know it's weird working out with me, guys. And don't mind me, I do get out of breath really easily because I am weak.
Well, you have MS
And I have MS and my valley fever. So, to see, you can switch like this. There's so many things you can do with these. And most of these, if you buy them in a box, they'll have a little bit of instruction, or you can buy little videos to work at home. Next.
YouTube has a zillion videos.
Oh yeah, YouTube has a zillion videos, yes. Next are rubber bands. I don't need to show you all of them. I'm just going to grab one. And from our chairs, you can work with this around you. I'm going to put it on my knees like this. Right here at my knees. And then I'm just going to do this. So you could literally sit under the desk like this and do this while you're sewing. This strengthens your hips and it gets your inner thighs and a little bit on the calves because I'm the way I have to put my feet down. But you can do this while you're sewing. You could also use it to keep your knees together. Make sure you have your chair in a steady spot. And you can lift like this. Get some abs with your feet. I can't do that many because I struggle with this. But if you have the strength, try it out. You don't even have to do a lot. The band is just keeping my legs from flailing out. Just keep doing this. Hold on to your chair with your hands if you must. You can do one leg, then the second leg, one leg, then the second leg. You know, there's so many things. And you can put it around your ankles and do the same with your ankles. There's that. Ankles, we're going to do this. All right. I'm just showing you all the quick exercises we could do, and then I'm going to get to binding and some other exercise ideas that are already in your quilt room. So I'm going to put these on my ankles. Don't put them too tight. You don't want them to be like super tight, but you do want them to be at least comfy on yourself. Now, while you're sitting at your desk, you do have lots of space under your desk. So you can do this. In between, your leg lifts in between your sewing. So while your foot is not on the pedal, do this with your legs. And it's really easy to do under. You can do one at a time, or you can do both off and on, or you can do both at the same time. Make sure you're holding on to your chair nice and firmly. I can't do very many, like I said, because my leg pain is horrible, but little by little, it will get back to normal again. Then, hold on to your wall. He's got to do the camera better. Okay. And you're going to go backwards. You can do one at a time, or you can do that same one. You can like this.
There you go.
Or just one. This is hamstring. And then, while you're at your wall, even with the weights on your legs, you can actually just do your squats using the wall, your design wall right here, to keep you steady. Now, I can't do a lot of squats, and I can't go down as far as I used to, but you can just do squats. You could also one lift, like this. And I'm using my wall to keep the balance, or else I'll fall, because I can't do this without a wall. I'm getting quite the workout today. But you guys could do this in your quilt room. And then, I can't do this very well, but you guys could try. Most of us older women tinkle ourselves, but with your things on your ankles, run in place, or high knees. And you can hold on to your desk to do it sideways, forward. Try to keep good posture. It's really hard to do, but because I'm on camera. Okay, that's enough of my legs. Whew, look at that. Yep. Uncle's watching over me. And now if these were on the arms, I'm just gonna hold them. While you're at your desk, you can sit in your chair and box with your weights. These are only 2.5 pounds, by the way.
So you can take the weight out and make them less.
Not these ones, these are the...
I thought those are the ones with weight slides out.
Nope.
Oh, well, they can buy the ones with weight slides out.
If 2.5 pounds isn't enough, remember you have your ruler holders. These are 5 pounds each. You can do your boxing in your chair, you know, then you go back to work, then you can back out, you know. Just take a second. Do some boxing. Up over your head. Like this. Turn it sideways. Go out and in. You can go forward. I can't do this very well because... Whew. Switch back to the 2.5s for that. Now here's one for you. What if you don't have these weights? Here's an idea, and the camera can just stay right there. We all have quilts in our closet, right? That are unfinished. Here is your exercise. This is the quilt room. Exercise. You have finished quilt tops. Throw them on a hanger. You can hold them out to your sides until you can't hold it no more. Go up and down with it. I can't because the chair's in the way. You can go up and down with it. And this is just with stuff that's in your quilt room. Like this. You know? Grab a bunch of them. Go forward with them. Isn't this a fun exercise? It's already in your room. You know, and if that's not enough and you need more, mine is excessively big, but you can grab a bolt of fabric.
Yeah, yours is huge.
And you can do curls with your bolt of fabric. Check that out. You can hold it on the outer side, this in front of you, and then relax. In front of you, and then relax. Swish your sides up to the side like a baby. I don't even know what kind of exercise that is, but it's fun.
Okay, you can show them where you need to take a break. You're breathing heavy.
Yep, and now I got to take a break. And we're going to pull out my first quilt to bind. Leaving all this right here. I have to have a slight break, so we're going to bind a quilt. And then we'll move on to some more exercise. If I can get my chair over here. Whew! Wasn't that fun, guys? So far, get your heart rate up, get yourself moving, because we got to handle this quilt. And I need a bobbin. Got to wind it. Now I got the strength to wind bobbins, wrestle quilts. Make sure to breathe. Enjoy yourself. If you don't even have any of that stuff, there's one thing we all have in our room. I can tell you this. Water bottles. You don't have any weights? Here's water bottles. Canned goods if you want to go grab something from your kitchen. You know? Most of us have those big jugs that you fill, the metal jugs with your water or whatever you're putting those. You can use those. So many ideas. All right, we're gonna put this in here. I'm gonna start with this little baby quilt that I made off camera. Just because I quilted it off camera too, because I don't really show much quilting. of stuff. But I'm telling you, you do this for like 90 days, you know, just keep going for 90 days, you know, you're going to see a difference, you're going to feel a difference, and you're going to be able to make more quilts, work faster, get things done. You're going to have motivation. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to need a needle threader. It's going to make you feel good about yourself. And I don't know. And just because it's the new year doesn't mean anything. I should have showed you guys all this stuff long ago when I started doing it, but I've just been so whatever with things. All right, I got to hook a tag to this before I put the binding on. Just going to put it down in the bottom. Oh, I need to trim it. All right. Drink. I'll show you the quilt. I'll hold it up when I'm got the binding on.
Yeah, they want to see the quilt.
I will hold it up when the binding is on it, and then you'll be like, oh, that's so adorable. It was just a bag of scraps. I was bored one day, and I put a bag of scraps together, and this is what I made. I'm going to find that first seam and make sure that it's not. And this little quilt will be for sale, like all others. Change my stitch length to about 2.5, somewhere in that. See, right now you could have your ankle weights on and under your desk be doing the exercises, you know? Even as you step on the pedal. If it's too heavy, though, beware of stepping on your pedal, because you might take off like me and just go too fast.
You're nuts.
You never know. I'm just trying to give you guys a little motivation so that 2026 can be your best quilting year ever. And yes, I bind fast. I can't help it. It's just the way it happens. I always attach my binding to the back. And the reason why I have 4 quilts today is because I looked at the closet and said, maybe 2026 will be the year I get them all completed in there. Oh man, a seam landed at the edge. Oh well, we'll make it work. It happens every now and then, a seam at the corner. I could pick it out and place it in a different spot, but I'm not going to. Because I don't want to. I don't want to do it. All right, last side, just a little bit down. Let's see, where do I need to stop? I need to stop about right there. take off this part. I'm going to lay that flat. Open this up. Lay it next to it. Because that's how I'm adjusting how much hangover I need. Match that up. Cut it off. Place excess over there. Oh, I don't know why I threw that other piece over there. That's garbage. Change my stitch length back down to a 2 momentarily. Piece the ends together and then cut them off. 1/4 inch seam. Blah, 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 blah. Is finger press. Open it. Oh, it looks like it fits perfectly. And come on, you dumb thing. Change my stitch length again. And continue on. Time to flip it over and put the top stitch on. Goes pretty quick, as you can tell. Here we go.
Make the blocks for this quilt, or is it one of the donated ones?
There was 4 blocks made that was in this pile. The rest I made. It was just scraps, though. So a lot of it I had to cut up because it was cut-offs from other pieces. But at least it's done.
How do you sew with the foot pedal while dealing with foot and leg pain?
How do I sew with the foot pedal while dealing with the foot and leg pain? I just let my foot rest on the pedal the whole time. It's like my foot is flat on the ground. And when one gets, because my legs go numb often. I've told you guys this before, and if you're new to my channel, I have MS, so my legs go numb constantly. When they do, I switch feet. So I'm a switch hitter when it comes to the sewing machine. So if my right foot, which is my normal sewing foot, goes numb, then I'll switch it to my left foot. And then back and forth. That way, you know, both feet can equally numb out. It is very annoying, you know. But I don't let it stop me from doing what I love. All right, here's the corner that has the seam. I got to be very careful about it. It's going to be great right there. Alrighty. Nicely fold over. Thank you. Talking to it like it listens to me. Got to make sure you talk to your quilts. They will listen. Maybe. I did not do this on video. This is just me putting stuff together off camera. Because it was in a bag and I needed something to sew that day, but I didn't want to be on camera. I still sew off camera. You know, gives me something to do. Plus, if I only did the projects that I have in bags on camera, I probably would never get all those projects done. So I have to do some of it off the air. All right, getting close. Yeah, this is a kid's quilt. It's got fishies, sharks, shark teeth, surfer dudes, manta ray. What else does it have on it? And then the sharks and the little fishies. Yeah, and waves. Wave fabric. I don't know the line because it was already chopped up stuff in a bag. I do know that I used a grunge to match the grunge that the person used. I had to add my own because there wasn't enough of that in the scraps. All right. Pull it away. I'm going to check the basting stitches real quick. Oh, wow. Donna, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. That's awesome. Happy New Year. So I just go around and make sure that none of my basting stitches are showing. I did pretty good with my basting this time. Usually I'm really sloppy about it. And it sticks out. So I trim it when I'm done making the quilt tops.
What stitch do you use for top stitching your binding?
Usually I use like a 2.8, 3.0 for top stitching. All right, here's my little quilt. Slide that over. This should stay on the wall. It's just a little thing.
Here's a little kid's quilt for sale.
So it only has 3 stars. 2 of the stars were made. You know, the pieces were made. So I figured, you know, I'll add 1 more star. And then one of these blocks was made. So I made the rest. I don't know which one was the one that was already made. But this was all just the leftover pieces from the fabric. Like, you know, instead of it being a 2.5-inch square or whatever, it was like 2.5 wide by whatever, because it was at the fold of the fabric or jelly roll or whatever. So that's what that is. So there's that one all done. 1 down, 3 to go. All right.
Am I taking one or are you taking another one?
I'm just gonna take another one of those.
Are we leaving that on the wall?
Yep, that can stay on the wall.
Okay.
Quilt numero dos. Now.
Workouts in between?
Oh yeah.
I thought we were gonna work out in between. Workouts at the beginning.
We can do. I don't know if this will work for everybody because my desk is really low. Your guys is probably higher than mine. You can do this on a wall though. It's push-ups. This is cheater push-ups. So I'm doing it from the desk because you can do it from the wall, you know, like this. But I needed a little bit more incline, so I'm going to use my desk.
Depends on your strength level.
It depends on your strength level whether you need the wall or the desk. How about that?
The lower you go, the harder it is.
Yeah, the lower you go, the harder it is. I feel like Rocky, you know? I got to get this race done of getting all these quilts done, right? So we got to work out in between because we're like in workout mode. But if you can't do the desk, remember.
Hold on. Bring the camera over here to show the wall.
If you can't do the desk, make sure you're a little bit back from your wall, though, because you're not going to get nowhere just right here. You need to be just a little bit back from your wall. It's where you can reach with your arms out like this. And you just spread your arms and you kiss the quilt. Mwah. Oh, you're such a beautiful quilt. Mwah. You know, just a little bit of exercise, you know. It's not much. You can do one-handed. Oh, no, I can't. Not even on a wall. Oh! You can turn your hands in. What do you call this one, Scott?
Diamond.
The diamond. You can turn your hands in. Like this. Anything that they do at the gyms, you know, you can do it at home from the wall.
Diamond push-ups in your triceps more.
Yeah, diamond push-ups or triceps more.
Okay.
Yeah. Dumbbells. Where are they at? He knocked them onto the floor.
I didn't knock them. I put them down gently. I'm not banging stuff around.
We're doing this, though. This one.
Triceps.
Up over the head, your one weight. Hold the the elbow, and behind your head, like this. This will help with your flabby arms. I don't mean to say that like that, but I have them too. And if you can't do a lot, just switch and do it again. Huh? Cheat like this. Scott's going to put my hand under my forearm for cheating.
This hand comes down here, and it can even be up here to help cheat.
Oh, yeah. If it's too heavy like this, yeah, you can use both for cheating. Like this.
Scott uses extremely heavy weights. You need to cheat or else it bangs your head.
Yeah, Scott uses heavy weights. This is like a pinky workout for him. You can do that. You get some more boxing done. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get him. Yeah, because we're rocking it, right? All right. I know I'm crazy.
Okay, fine.
All right. Next quilt. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put this on this quilt before I forget. This is the little surfer quilt. It's 45.5 by 45.5. If anybody was wondering how big the quilt was, that's on the wall.
Just in case, because it is for sale.
Yep, just in case you wanted to know. All right. This tag on here. This quilt is not really directional. I put the backing fabric on the wrong direction. I didn't realize until after I sewed it, and I told Scott, I am not re-sewing that. So it's just going to stay the way I made it. Who cares? Oh, didn't I have a thread? I need that thread color right there. That's for this one and for that one.
The orangey peachy.
Yep. Remove a said green. We'll put that away later. So roll a bobbin of this. Actually, I need to roll 2 bobbins of this because 2 quilts are getting this. We want to be on the safe side with more than 1 bobbin. Normally, I do this stuff before going live. I roll the bobbins and stuff, but it's a workout. We're rolling bobbins. I mean, machine's doing the heavy lifting, but whatever. We still have to put our foot on the pedal. Yeah, this machine is loud, in case you didn't know. When you first get it and first pull it out of the box, for like the first month, it's not very loud. But as soon as you start using it all the time, every single day, and start oiling it and start cleaning it and start doing all those things, no matter what you do, it's never as quiet as the day you got it. I have taken the Juki Teal 2010Q apart, and it's never been quiet again. You know, cleaning it thoroughly and making it like brand new. Okay, that one can just stay there because I know I'm going to need it. And this mess can just go right here. Here in garbage. Put this color in. Running through there, but don't want that. And if you're curious, I am using Essentials thread because it's my go-to thread these days, although it might change. But it's been Essentials for about 2 years now. That's the thread I prefer. It's a 50 weight cotton. All right, I'm going to attach the tag real quick. All right, now find the binding wherever I stuck it. This was also a quilt that I did off camera. I was testing something out, and well, I had a friend over, and she kept holding the, like every time I would say, okay, I did cut 2.5, but whatever off this one. Now I'm going to cut this way at 4.5, and I'm going to cut this way. It didn't work out. Every time she'd remember the number. Okay, so now you're on this number. And as I'm cutting, I'm like, this is not turning out the way my brain's seen it, because I was explaining to her saying, oh, my brain's, it sees this, blah, 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 but nope, it didn't come out. So this is like a scrappy quilt in a sort of a way, with the matching fat quarter bundle, though. Scrappy matching fat quarter bundle quilt. All right, here we go. Off to the races. Alrighty. All this working out, make sure you stay hydrated. And we're not really working out. We're like messing around. Ooh, there's a long thread on the back of this quilt. Might as well chop that off while I see it. Normally, I do my exercises in my bedroom because I have a lot of floor space in there. So I can do all my stretching and all that stuff first in my room. It's where I sit on the floor, stretch my legs, stretch my back. I do have other things that I exercise with in case you guys have these at home. I use an ab ball. I have a big, one of those big ab balls. There's probably a different name for them, but I've always called it the ab ball. And then I also have like regular weights, like, that you put, that has a bar, and then you put the size that you want on it to make it heavier as you go. I don't really do that. I just have weights on them to make one is at 10 pounds and one is at 20 pounds. I usually use those for squats and my side-by-sides from my ab ball. I lay on my ab ball, keep my feet flat, and I use my back, and I go side to side holding a weight, which works my side abs. Yeah. We can walk in there and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you have an ab ball, those of you that have one, you can do that workout.
What thread are we using?
Huh?
What thread are we using?
I'm using Essentials thread. Didn't I just say that?
Yeah. I thought you only used glide.
Glide thread is long arm thread. I only use glide on the long arm. Piecing, though, I use cotton. I used to not care back in the day, and I just used whatever to piece. But now I just stick to one kind of thread. And I use the same thread in the top and in the bobbin. I wind my own, so it makes it easier. Huh?
Where do you get Essentials?
You can get Essentials thread from Connecting Threads or Superior Threads, which is the other brand I use. Scott put a link for both of them. I also like Signature Thread, which is at Superior Threads. Whew. Where's my end? Right there. We're gonna stop right here. All right. Cut the selvage off. Straighten everything out. Straight. Oh man, it's landing at a seam. Come on now. Are you kidding me? Two seams right next to each other is how this is gonna work. I cannot control that. I should have cut it just a little bit further the other way then, but that's okay. We'll live. Who's gonna know? Only me and you guys.
How do you handle keeping positive with all your issues?
How do I handle keeping positive with all of my issues? Well, the number one thing is I have quilting. Quilting keeps me happy. Quilting keeps me sane. Keeps me positive, keeps me feeling accomplished. I don't know. This hobby gives me something to look forward to. And I know no matter how bad I feel, it's something I can always come to and make myself feel better. No matter how much pain I'm in, I'll figure out a way. I always do. Like before I started getting injections in my tailbone, and I couldn't sit on my bootay very long. Notice I made it work still. I stood a lot. I still stand a lot. I like standing. My desk doesn't make my neck feel any better standing, but only because my desk is shorter than the average desk. And that's on purpose because I'm a shorty. All right, I'm going to finger press.
I want to see the back of this.
Oh yeah, it's I did lighthouse fabric on the back of that. I did not match it up because it's just a little kid quote. Who cares?
It's for sale.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cheap.
Yep.
Cheap little quilt for sale. We're gonna hang that one up.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll take this one down.
Yep.
Or next.
You can hold it up to the camera so they can see the quilting and stuff then.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it up to the camera then. What did you quilt?
I quilted waves on that one. I tried to make them equal, but I'm a free motion quilter, so it's not always perfect. But I do the best that I possibly can. I think it looks adorable. All right, here we go. Top stitching time. I'm using a 2.8 right now for the top stitching. Sometimes 3.0. Most of the time between 2.8 and 3. It's wherever I turn it to close to 3. A 3.0 though is about 10 stitches per inch. which is what I quilt with. So it kind of makes sense to do my binding with the size that I quilt with. I find it looks cleaner. That's my own personal opinion. Just like the whole top stitching from the back to the front. So I hook it to the back and then stitch it to the front. To me, that just looks clean. Oh, Gabby is 4'10".
You're 5'2".
I'm 5'2" and she's 4'10". And that's my daughter-in-law. And my son is just at 6 foot. That, you know, Damon, who's married to Gabby. The rest of all the kids are tall. The girls are even tall. 5'7" and 5'8". Cyrus was tall. Cyrus was tall. He was 6'2". They're all taller than me, though. All my kids. Oh, yeah, I can take 2 seconds to show you guys. I forgot all about it. At Christmas time when the kids were here. Where did it go? It's somewhere right here. Right there. There it is. Let's see if I can't turn the picture, though. There is me with the kids. That was at Christmas. The only person that's missing is Alexa because she lives in Kansas. But that's okay. Have I heard about what?
The compensating feet?
Compensating feet, like the left and the right foot compensation foot? Yes, I just don't use those. I use, even for top quilting on stuff, I use the foot that came with the machine. It's like slightly less than 1/4 of an inch. But I use it for everything. Even top stitch quilting, yeah. On the little quilts that I do when I sit at the machine. I don't bother switching the foot very often. The walking foot is on, for the Juki at least, is so loud. It's like a machine gun. And it's kind of annoying, so I don't even bother with that. And even zipper foot, I don't even put the zipper foot on usually. I just use this if I'm doing a bag. Yes, I use 2.5 inch binding strips. The only time I don't is when I do little tiny quilts that hang on the wall. Then I do 2 1/4. Sometimes even less. Depends on the quilt that I'm making that's going on the wall. No, it's a video call. It's just Nikki. No. All right, coming to the end. 2 quilts are getting this thread. I'm gonna make sure that I got all my basting stitches and any other threads that are coming out of the seam, because that tends to happen on the back side. I always check.
Anyway, I'm saying hi to Mason. Hi.
Hi to Mason?
Yes.
Oh. Aw, 3-year-old. How cute. All right. Next one done.
Did he have a Merry Christmas, Mason?
Hopefully Mason had a very Merry Christmas and got all the little lovely things that he wanted for Christmas from Santa. All right, this
Maybe
quilt.
Grandma will give him a New Year's treat.
This quilt
Ice
is
cream.
45 by 60. This is a 45 by 60 quilt. I did that off camera, except for the binding, obviously, because I'm literally right here. So there is that one. Like I said, what I did, I took fat quarters and I sewed them together into a quilt top. Just fat quarters in a row. I took them all down to, like, I think I did 16 inches or something like that. Or maybe I did 18 by 18. Either way, I sewed them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 9. Made a giant 9 patch. Then I cut here. Then moved it to the opposite side, sewed it. Then I cut a different way from a different side. Moved it to the other side and sewed it. Then I cut the other side and then moved it to the other side and sewed it. And I just kept turning it. But it didn't come out like I had envisioned in my head. So that's why I never showed you guys how to do it on live, because this is what it came out looking like. But it came out, you know, lap size, so that's plus. So that's just me having fun doing Tiffy stuff. Alrighty. Yep, we're going to go show you guys what I do with the ab ball. I'm going to take a little trip to my bedroom, which don't mind the mess, because my bedroom is not, you know, always nice. Oh, me when I was young. Scott's showing you what I looked like when I was young with 3 kids. Okay. Here is the ab ball.
Hold on, I can't see it yet.
Scott blew it up for me, so it's nice. Because it was like, it loses air pretty quickly. This one at least does. All right, so like I said, I have weights like this. I literally screw them on. I bought these actually for Scott years ago.
Lexa got them for me.
Me and Lexa.
Well, yeah, we paid for them.
These weights a couple years back. And Scott really never used them because he goes to the gym. But I decided I will use them.
Too little.
And he says they're too little. He doesn't do this much weight. But anyway, so I have this one and then a 20-pounder. But I don't use the 20-pounder yet for anything but squats. This one is the 10. And I literally, very carefully, lay back on my... No, it shouldn't be in my way. And I start with it in the middle and I hold in the center of my weight. But you can do this with your little weights too. Just hold them. Starting in the center. Keep your center of gravity. And then twist. This is your side abs. Obliques. Gotta use the correct word for Scott. So I do this. It's not that hard to keep yourself center on an ab ball, honestly. It kind of like fits into the lower arch of a spine just right. And then stretch. Oh, only because this feels so amazing. And then sit-ups, because this is what your ab ball is for. So now I'm doing my fronts. I don't really do all the way up because I can feel it burning all the way anyway.
Dominic can roll forward and back on the ab ball to make it easier or harder too.
Yeah, and harder and easier by rolling on your ab ball.
The farther back, the harder it is.
Yeah, farther back, it's so hard.
So roll forward.
And forward, is not as hard. And as long as you're not wearing silky clothes, you should stay pretty sticky to your ab ball, you know. But you can do this, or you can do all the way hard, which I can't do. And then while you're on your ab ball, if you have your leg weights on, I don't, but if you did, you can do this. I'm using my hands on the floor to keep me steady. But if you have your weights on or your rubber bands at your knees, I don't have my rubber band here for stretching, but if you did, put it around your knees. No. And do this. Using your hands on the floor to hold yourself steady. Come all the way up like that. You don't even need weights for this stuff. And then just fall on your butt. And if you can't get up and down on the floor, I do have to say this. You can sit on your bed for this kind of stuff. Like if you want to stretch your legs, sit up in your bed and stretch your legs. Do your little butterflies. If I was just in my bed is filled with pillows, so it looks like people are in it. But you could just sit up in the morning.
Oh, your dead body's sitting there?
Yeah, my dead bodies are right here. And stretch your legs. Obviously, there wouldn't be pillows in your way. Or you can do on the edge of your bed, if you don't have an ab ball, you can do your abs. Oh. Or you can do your leg lifts while you're, say, laying in bed. Oh, I'm sleeping. Leg lifts. You don't need any weights to do this stuff. You just do it. And then off the edge of your bed, when you're sitting there, you can do your ankles and your calves by pushing up with your feet, and it tightens your calves like this, like tippy toeing. Or you can attempt sit-ups or like forward lunges, you know, that, and try to do it with your hands out, like floating, you know. Whatever makes you feel better, how it makes you feel good, you know, to get the blood pumping, and, you know, is that a thing? Yeah, it's a thing in my world. All right. I have another quilt. Get another quilt done. Oh, he's showing off stuff. Do you guys see what Scott looked like in the military?
Oh, Scott was 19. No, Scott was 18.
He was 18 in that picture.
I was 18 there.
Yeah. And this
Long
is
before you knew.
my daughter Alexa's artwork. Alexa drew that, painted it. And then she also painted this one, but this one's chalk paint.
Hold on. I gotta go back to that.
My daughter made that for me. I just never got it in a frame. I'm kind of bad about going and getting things framed. Oh, just photos of us. I like knickknacks. I'm a knickknack girl.
Photos.
I'm open. You guys know that. You know so much about me. All right, next quilt. And then the last one, actually, let's do the exercises from the ironing board first.
What? You have another quilt?
Yeah, I have two more, but I need to press this.
Okay, how many more exercises?
The squats at the ironing board.
Is that it? So do one and then do. You just did exercise.
Oh, okay.
Find that one, and then the next time you have to press. Or do you have to press this one too?
I don't. This one's already pressed.
Okay, do this one first.
All right, this one we did make on camera, this quilt. This one is, it was somebody's started little quilt that I finished. All right. Oh yeah, this one's a complete square, so it really doesn't matter where I put the tag. Sit my happy butt down. where you guys helped me choose the sunflower fabric. I guess that would be the bottom. Whatever. Whatever. All right. Find the seam. Away. Come up this. This one's a little bit bigger than the rest of the ones I've been doing. I think this one is like 68 or 69 inches by 69 inches, somewhere in there. There we go. My foot pedal is escaping me. So right now, like as I'm sitting here right now, if you had the rubber bands around your legs, you can move your legs in and out using your rubber band as your little force.
Raining now.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it's raining.
Yep, it's
It's a raining. It's probably not pouring though. See, all this requires strength. You see this? The wrestling with it? I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer to use your quilt room as an exercise facility. You know? And there's so many other things you can use. Like if you don't have any weights and you don't want to go buy any, but you have an extra sewing machine that just sits on a shelf, pull it off the shelf and use it as your weight. I mean, some of the machines are really light, the older machines. So you can use those as light weights, especially for like weighted squats. And then we have, tons of quilts, or you can just grab bolts of fabric and hold it, go up over your head with them. I mean, there's so many things. I usually work out for about 30 minutes every day. And Scott does ab day, arm day, leg day. He does back day. He does all that kind of stuff. I am an exercise willy-nilly kind of girl. I just do whatever I feel like doing exercise-wise. And I can't always walk. Like, I can't walk far lengths, I wish I could, but I can't. But I do walk my cul-de-sac, which I don't even think is a quarter of a mile in total. And I can only do that one time. So, I do get some walking in. And if you can't walk, we walk in the house too. Scott and I will turn the music on and dance walk around the house, which is kind of fun. And even though I don't really listen to hip hop, it's a good thing to put hip hop on because it kind of gives you motivation to jump around and move your body, get your heart going, jumping jacks, whatever you want to do, whatever you can do. The other day, Scott actually danced with me. We were actual dancing, not just walk dancing. We were dancing. It didn't last very long. It was less than 10 minutes. Like, seriously, it wasn't even a whole song. And I was already pooped, but we at least danced. Got to get ready for my Alaska trip, which we'll bring that up real quick. There are still plenty of openings. If you are still on the fence about Alaska, we would love for you to join. So don't forget to click links that are in the description of all of my videos that has been posted and will be posted all the way up till 90 days before, which is in, I don't even remember, but we're going in August. August 28th is our leaving day, and we come back September whatever.
We're gonna dance.
And we're gonna dance. So I gotta get myself dance ready. Gotta get some dancing in, you know, because we have to have fun on our quilting cruise. So if you guys are interested in going on that cruise, there are still openings. We would love to have you. Probably the best time to get lots of attention from me, you know? You want a lot of attention from me? You can get it in person on a cruise. In Alaska, I mean, come on now. It's going to be amazing. And then obviously my friend Becca. So Becca and Ian off Quiltcraft. Ian will be there. And the three of us together, we're just like a nut house, you know, we're crazy. So you guys will enjoy yourselves. So book your cruise now. Maybe we can even on the cruise go work out in the gym in person with each other. Scott's going to. So if your husband wants to go on the trip too, you know, he can go to the gym with Scott.
Better be early though. That goes early.
He goes early though, like super early. He's like a 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning early kind of guy to go to the gym. Stay. All right, where's the stop at? Here. Right. Lay it nice and flat. Open this up. Place it down. I always talk to myself like as if I'm going to forget how to do this. I don't know why. I'm weird, I guess. Is why. All right. Garbage. Change the stitch length. Stitch length back to what it was. This will be number 3, and I have one more quilt after this. But I didn't press the binding it because I was going to show you the exercises that you can do while you're at your ironing board. And then that'll be done with exercising. Like I said, this is probably the first and only video I will ever exercise in. This one's such a pretty quilt. These browns and maroons and yellow and blue and green. So pretty with all the sunflowers. The little bees in the border fabric. You guys can ask questions if you have questions. Here's my question to you guys. How many of you think you'll start doing a little bit of exercising while you're in your sewing room? Try to get yourself a little bit more positivity in your whatever, in your life, you know. Get yourself a little workout while you're making your quilts. Feel better about yourself. Not that you didn't feel better about yourself, but feeling better, period, I guess. Keeping a little bit fit. That's what I have to say. That way we can wrestle with these quilts. And it allows you to sit at your desk, you know, longer hours. You start feeling better, you know. This one is 66 by 66. It probably lost the 0.5 in quilting. Oh, the binding is also the same as the, I think I ran out of bobbin just now. Yep. The binding color is the same as that first border on this one, which I think looks very good. And it was the last of it too. I'm glad I saved it for this. All right. Oh, it's okay. Now I set it aside because I knew that I was going to need it for this quilt. Corner to be nice again, because it ran out right at the corner. All right. This quilt was made from 10-inch squares.
How about the one on the wall?
The one on the wall is from fat quarters. Non-computerized quilted with, what's the word for it? Ripple? Like a ripple? Water ripple? I don't know what you would call that. Okay. First time using the seam ripper of the year. Should we mark that? I'm gonna sure try to go a whole year without the darn thing, but you know, that's impossible. Oh, come on. I knew that was gonna happen. Every now and then I mess up. Okay, out of sight, out of mind. There we go, much better. Probably should have plucked those threads out before stitching again.
What 10-inch squares cut in half, or just cut different sizes?
What?
Question. What 10-inch squares cut in half, or just cut in different directions, different sizes? So did you cut the 10-inch squares in half, or did you cut them in different sizes?
For this? No, this was
I don't know this one right
in
now.
half. These were made from fat quarters, 9 of them, and I'm pretty sure I did 18 or 17-inch squares from the fat quarters. I don't think I left them whole, but then I don't remember seeing the scraps from that, so I might have left them whole. I'm not 100%. I don't even remember now. I did make it a while ago. And this one was done on a video. I forgot the name of the pattern, but I'm not even sure if I did this breakfast at Tiffany's or Sew Sundays. I don't even know. But this one had partial seams in it. So you do partial seams to create this one. So it's probably even tagged partial seams video, you know, in the thing. Never know. Again, what the heck is wrong with you today, you dumb machine? Right there. That's all I need. Because it knocked itself on the tag is what it did. Hit the tag and decided to go wonky. Oh, I'm literally at the end too. How funny. All right, I'll check all the other stuff that I usually do afterwards. take this down so you guys can see the quilting up close and the back of this one before we put the other one up. So there's quilting on this one. It's like a ripple.
That is awesome.
Creates quite the definition. And then the back side is birds.
Oh, those are so cool. How bright and colorful they are.
Which are sideways, only because I wasn't paying attention.
And tell them who picked out that backing fabric?
Yeah, and Scott picked out this backing fabric.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's that one. This one is...
It's a big square. So
a big square.
Any which way. Bigger, though. I don't know if it's going to stay up there on its own.
It can go under. Like that.
I think it'll stay up there, though.
Oh, maybe.
We'll find out
Maybe
in a minute.
it'll stay.
In a minute, we will know.
There. It's up there.
Okay.
It's got little bees and sunflowers. Ta-da! Looks so cute. So that one is quilted with like a meander flower. I literally meandered and added flowers. But this was, I don't remember if it was So Sunday. Karen might remember. She usually remembers that stuff. But it might have been a Breakfast at Tiffany's too. I don't even know. But it's a block. So here's the block right here. And it's a partial seam. It was sewn with a partial seam. I don't remember the name of it. But it was like 10-inch squares turned into 4.5 together. And a 2.5-inch center. That's what I remember. And it was someone else's pattern. But obviously some of this stuff is easy to get numbers off of. He's going to bring you close while I get some black thread out and get prepared for binding the next quilt.
And your last workout, right?
And my last workout of the day. So I'm going to get a bobbin started. Actually, no, I don't have to. I have black already rolled.
Oh, look, there's
Yay.
butterflies on this too.
Yeah, there's butterflies mixed
Noticed
in
the
with the
butterflies.
sunflowers.
Yeah, butterflies. I knew the bees were on it. I didn't know it had butterflies. That is so cool.
Okay. That's that away later. Let's put the black one down in here, and we're going to go do our last exercise.
Were the bowl cozies that we sent out made with cotton batting and cotton thread?
They were made with cotton batting and cotton thread.
Don't
Yes,
put 'em in the microwave.
but I would not put them in the microwave because the batting has probably got scrim. Oh, you know what? I am going to have to roll up bobbin because this one is not a full bobbin. This one. There we go. Shouldn't have done that, but I did it anyway. I've just got quite the thread mess going on up here. You plug the iron in for me?
Hold on. Hold on there, Cleta. Doing 10 things at once.
All right. Here. Thread the machine because I pulled it out, which you shouldn't do, but I did it anyway. Not like it takes forever to thread it anyway. Goes pretty easily. just can't get the threader in the hole. That's my only problem. Okay. All right. The next quilt will be a Bargello. And we're going to finish with our exercises. Guess I'll do yellow band. No, I'll do orange band. All right, so I'm going to start with my orange band for our exercises here. I'm going to put it around my knees, spread my legs a little. And while we're at the ironing board, I do have a short video on YouTube when I'm at the ironing board dancing and exercising, just in case you're curious. So I have my thing, I have my band. It's holding my legs a specific amount apart, and I'm just going to slight squats while I iron. I'm literally multitasking. I'm not doing a lot, keeping my legs a certain distance apart. And then you can adjust yourself, but keeping your bands apart while you iron. So we're really working those legs out. We want to be able to put the pedal to the metal on our machines.
You going to Raleigh QuiltCon this year?
Yep. Notice I'm walking and squatting. Yes, I will be at QuiltCon in Raleigh in February. So for those of you who want to meet me in person, I will be there. See, and I'm stepping. I'm kind of dancing at the same time, but I'm keeping my legs a certain distance apart. Oops. Stay up there. Got to do this. And then you could also knock that off of there. And if you put your weights on your legs, I don't do that for this part. We're going to do the pee-pee dance. This is what I call the pee-pee dance while pressing our fabric. Obviously, you really can't see. I'm just going sideways with my legs, forward with my legs. Yeah. My room is not big enough right here for complete motion, but I'm literally, while at the iron, dancing around.
Are you going to have a class or just visiting QuiltCon?
I'm just visiting QuiltCon, hanging out with my friends. I don't take classes. I would love to someday take some classes, but I don't know. I'm not I can't, there's a word for it. I can't concentrate in classes. Like, it reminds me of being in school, and I'm a restless person, so the teacher would probably get annoyed of me, and all the people in the class would get annoyed of me, because I don't sit still, if you haven't noticed already. People always wonder why I don't sit still, and that's because if you have neuropathy, it affects you in all sorts of ways. And sometimes, some people that suffer from it get nerve pain so bad that they have to wiggle and squirm to ease it. Because if you don't, it gets stiff. Notice I'm like doing some kind of knee things right now, by the way, as I walk across here. This is my last exercise, so I kind of just mix it up. It's pretty much like dance steps. Anyways, with neuropathy, peripheral neuropathy is what it's called. You can have all sorts of like strange, weird, like just aches and pains, because the nerves are firing at the wrong things. So that's what makes me seem antsy, or I need to move and wiggle and squirm. So, but instead of just standing straight here, I'm literally taking my steps and squatting and doing all those exercises so that we're not just standing still at our ironing boards. We're not just sitting at a chair at an ironing board either. We're getting up and moving around. Right now, because it's winter time everywhere, it probably feels good standing under the iron, especially since I use steam to keep yourself warm, especially if it's kind of chilly. And that concludes the exercise. I worked out my legs. You can lift your knees higher and then squats, but I prefer the squats with the rubber band right here. But yeah, like I said, I have a video that actually shows me dancing around right there. All right. Final quilt to bind, and I should have it done in time for this to have been a 2-hour video.
You are on it today. Look at you go,
4
honey.
quilts and a full workout. I mean, yeah, I saw that happening. That's pretty darn good. They're not big quilts, but they're still quilts.
We done with the iron?
Yep, I'm done with the iron.
Although
All right.
heating this room up would be okay.
This Bargello was made on a video. I showed you guys how to make a Bargello. It was a live stream, so I don't remember if it was definitely not Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think I did this before we started Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm not sure.
I think that was a while ago. Yeah.
This was a while ago. This has been hanging in the closet for a while.
Karen will remember.
Karen always remembers. All right. Let's make that the bottom. Okay. But yeah, this is where I showed you how to match them up so that you can make an awesome Bargello quilt. I think we used 2 jelly rolls for this. Speaking of Bargello quilt, that is what we will be teaching at our cruise. So for those of you that want to take the cruise and take the class and all that, we are teaching Bargello. That is the Aurora Borealis Bargello. We're hoping we'll be able to see it, but you never know. It probably won't, but we're hoping, fingers crossed. Because that's my one of my bucket list things is to see an Aurora Borealis in person. I love this backing fabric, by the way.
That was your choice.
This
there.
one was my choice.
I didn't think that would look good until we pulled it out, and it does. It looks really good.
I love this. Line that up and get started. There we go. Let's get this binding on here. Huh?
From September 2024.
2024 is this?
Yeah.
The Bargello? Oh, so it was.
September 2024.
On
So
a breakfast
over
at
year ago.
Tiffany's? Then? Because breakfast at Tiffany's started for 2024, right? Because we're not at episode 50 something yet, so that would have been.
Hold on.
No, maybe it started 2023. I don't know.
It would be 25. That's 25 months. 12 months in a year, so you're doing 2 years. This year just started.
So I started in 23. But this wasn't done on breakfast. This had to have been so Sunday. I don't know. You never know. I just grabbed it out because there's 3 Bargellos, now 2, hanging in the closet. This makes finally another one getting done. Because I've made several of these. And I got to make another one for the cruise. I just haven't got there yet. I need to get it done. If I'm going to teach, I got to have my teaching stuff ready. Since I didn't really have like the best color to bind this with, I went with black because black goes with anything. Because this is a rainbow colored Bargello, so you never really know what to choose. And I didn't want to single out just one color. so I figured might as well, it matches the back good too, so it could be like whole cloth quilt from the back. I feel like I had a really good workout today. Another day down. A bazillion more to go. So I can't do it no more. I do have to say, you don't have to work out every day either. Some people do it 3 times a week, some 2 times a week, some 4 times a week. You know, it's up to you and your body and how you feel. I just so happen to be working out 7 days a week, but as you can see, it was pretty lazy type workout. I really don't do much. And I personally won't see any results because I hit it hard, the workout thing, after I had my hip done when I was cleared from physical therapy. And guess what? It didn't do a darn thing. If anything, some days I hurt 10 times more, but I'm not doing a hard workout. I'm doing a soft workout. Huh? Marilyn? Well, my thing wasn't scrolled, so that's why I didn't see it. Marilyn, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's super awesome. Happy New Year. End off. Out. Smooth everything out. Oh my goodness. Come on, open it. Thank you. Sometimes it doesn't do what I want it to do. Alrighty. Top stitch time.
You're almost done.
Yep. When I tell you guys I'm fast with binding, I really am. I can do king sizes in like an hour. From start to finish of the binding. You know, from like cutting it, sewing it, ironing it. It's probably the fastest step of all the steps. A little bit more. There we go. Probably should put glasses on. Black thread with black binding. It's twice now. This is the third time, technically, because the other quilt had 2 times of mess ups. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can see, because I can't even see. It'll be... What the heck?
Do you need me to clean them quick? We're getting another pair?
Nope. No, that's good right there. Stuff right there. All right. Let's keep it on it, Tiffany. I have very, very blurry right close vision, so I can see better with black thread on black fabric. Oh. This way. This one's a little on the sloppy side. There it is right there. It happens. I never said I was perfect. All the quilts that I have shown or bound today are all for sale, in case you're curious.
On the email.
If you're interested in any of them, just send an email. Lately, we haven't been listing all the newer quilts on Etsy, so it's now just word of mouth and word of video. Is that word of video? That's a good thing. Yeah. Word of video.
Makes sense.
Because it's on video when I say it. There is still stuff listed in the Etsy shop, though. You can just tell me what you want and buy directly from me if you are interested, or if any of your family is interested.
And if it's on Etsy, it's still for sale.
Yeah, and if it's on Etsy, it's still for sale for sure.
We delete those.
Yeah, we delete those when they're sold. Ow, that hurt. Whew, that went into my leg. Hopefully it didn't rip my pants. Huh?
What happened?
It's the pin, that because the little tag for the quilt is on here. And the pin that's holding it there. I keep little tags because the quilts are always for sale, so I know how big they are when I pull them out. And the name of the quilt. That way it's easier for Scott and I to find the quilts when somebody wants something. Those are the little tiny threads. You know, because when you make a Bargello, you take the seams apart and those... I didn't bother pulling any of those threads away. They're just kind of hanging out in these seams. I did most of it. Got most of it out while I was on the long arm, but... sometimes I miss them. What?
Our final hangout? You gonna put that one up?
Yeah, you can take that one down, show them the quilting up close in the back.
That's what I'm doing.
Because this one will be done in just a few minutes.
That's what I'm doing. So they can see it all. Flowers posted on it?
Yep, that one that he's showing you now has a meander flower, is what I call it. It's a flower with meander, but there's no loop to make the flower. The flower comes off the meander itself. That's a meander flower.
Pretty cool.
And not all the flowers are created equal either. Some of them are 6, some of them are 7, some of them have 8 flower petals. I think there might even be 1 or 2 with 9. I don't make them completely equal because we want it to be not looking like a computer did it. We want it to be authentic, different.
Made by a real life person.
Yeah, made by me, and I make mistakes. Just like anybody else. All right, coming up to the start. And we will have had 4 bindings, 1 full workout, and a happy Tiffy, who's now hungry.
Yes, it's that time.
I worked myself into its lunchtime hunger.
It is that.
I will get all those extra threads off of this later. For now, I'm going to hang it up. I usually get the binding thread, but right now we're just going to hang it up.
Just a square too?
Yeah, this one's 68 by 68. Yep. You can go that way just a little bit more.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Oh, that is so cool. I love your Bargellos.
I love Bargello quilts. So I showed you guys in the video how to make it. Obviously, it's whenever whoever said it was.
September
September
of last year. 2024. Not September 2025.
So the fabric had this like, oh, see, there's one of those that sticks out of the seam. The fabric has this like a fudge swirl, but all the different colors. So I quilted this one with the topographical design that I do, but a little extra wavier than I normally would go. Like I went a little bit more wavier with it to give it more interest so that it matches the fabric and it makes the Bargello itself have movement. So there that one is. Any questions or anything? Oh yeah, the back of this one is that fabric with the flowers and it looks like lace. I love this one. I should have saved this and just made myself a dress out of it because it would have been adorable, but it's on the back of a quilt, which makes it even more cuter. And this one's 68 by 68. It might be shorter than that, honestly, because I had to trim it really good because it was a Bargello, so it wasn't like super perfect. So I needed a tiny bit of trimming when I trimmed it up after quilting it. But it still looks cool. Nice rainbow. Alrighty. Well, if there is no questions.
Should I take the camera close and shoot?
Oh, he's going to bring the camera up close real quick for a quick look at it before we get off of here. Ask your questions while we're right here. Yep, I see the comments while you're showing it. I love a rainbow Bargello. Yeah, it's topographical quilting, so it kind of matches the fudge swirl is what I would call it in the fabrics. And there's the backing fabric. The quilting doesn't show much on the back because it's a blending thread color.
But it shows on the front.
But it shows on the front really nice.
It looks amazing.
Oh, thank you, Jim, for putting the Bargello video there.
Jim is on it.
He's always on it.
He's the man.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I hope all of you find your exercise that you like to do to keep yourself healthy for 2026 and keep yourself motivated in your quilt room and so on and so forth. Like I said, there's a lot of things in these rooms that we can use to better our health. Okay. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed this. I'm not a gym freak. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. And I definitely don't teach it, but I did give you some ideas and I hope you use them. And that's it. That's all I got. Happy New Year and have a happy, healthy New Year for 2026. See you in my next video. Bye. Doodles. Peace.
You're a nut.
I am a nut, ain't I?